Good day, guys and gals. Welcome to Pete's Grotto. This is my little corner of the house where I go to brainstorm, occasionally read a book, jam out, crunch numbers, my little part of the house to escape to. You know, traditionally each year I'd post a wrap-up of the previous season and then post about the upcoming schedule, and I thought rather than just that boring prose, maybe I'd throw everything together in a video for you guys this year, hopefully with the effect of some entertainment value, but who knows. Without further ado, let's talk about 2024 and 2025, and I hope you enjoy it. Our season started off in Chandler, Arizona at Firebird. We actually qualified faster than I had anticipated for a race number one, coming in number 4 at 891 under. In round 1, we got the jump on Brent Calvert and took the win backing into him when he couldn't run his number. Unfortunately, in round 2, I was fast asleep, and my good friend Blaine Sheitlin made it abundantly clear why that would never be good enough. In race 2, we qualified 20th, 810 under, closer to what I wanted, but in round 1, I went red, ending a rather dismal Phoenix double. As a Jersey boy, I always dreamt of racing Pomona. Now, a lifetime later, I get to live the dream regularly. Internationals qualifying went well, qualifying 14th with a 1098 ET, 866 under. Unfortunately, qualifying did not go so well for my good friend Shane Cherry, as you can see here. In round 1, world champion Kyle Rizzoli showed me why an 0:30 reaction time just isn't going to get the job done against him, and sent me home early. Going back to Chandler for the 39th annual NHRA Arizona Nationals, the race that was never supposed to be, we qualified 11th at 804 under. In round 1, Mark Bourne and his Coco Camaro went red, giving me the win. And in round 2, the evil red eye struck me, giving good friend Kathy Poitras the win. So next we were off to Vegas for the Worldwide Nationals. I qualified 15th there at 836 under. In round 1, Scott Michelle got the starting line advantage, but took way too much stripe and broke out. In round 2, I raced Derek Elam in his W Stock Automatic Pinto wagon. It was a great race. I whole shotted him and went dead on 5, and he broke out trying to catch me. In the 3rd round, I was facing the awesome white Camaro of Smiley McClanahan. Inside joke there. And the big red eye bit me. And of course, that was the end of my 4-wide nationals. So the following weekend, we had our divisional double at Vegas. The first event, 7-3, was pretty uneventful for me. I qualified 24th, which is pretty much where I wanted to be. Unfortunately, I went out in round 1, caught napping at the tree, and handed Debbie Hughes the win. Needless to say, I was pretty frustrated with that performance. And the next morning, we qualified for event 7-4, and I went number 1, going 101 under, much to the surprise of everyone but me. Even our venerable brother, Bob Lambeck, pulled me aside saying in much more colorful language, "I can't believe you did that." After my Class 1 bye, in Class 2, I was able to defeat my good friend, Chad Langdon. In the class final, I bested Jim Buthel in his outstanding Corvette. So the following morning, from round 1, I was matched up with another F-Stock Automatic car, Mark Kirby. I laid a 001 hole shot on my old friend, and that was the end of that. In round 2, I got the better of Doug Bidwell in his D-stick car, running 1122 on an 1121 dial with an 014 light. Unfortunately, in round 3, my luck ran out, breaking out to make up for a bad light and handing Billy Maddox the win. So May found me heading northbound to Eagle, Idaho and Firebird Raceway. Taking all the weight out got me within 70 pounds of E-Stock Automatic. I qualified 16th at 96 under, and in the first round was fortunate enough to eke out a win against John Basinski and his six-pack 340 Cuda. And in the class final, got the better of Miss Shelby Williams and her notorious Camaro, winning 2 Class Wallies, 2 races. Easily the high point of my year. In preparing for the Yellowstone Double up in Montana, I learned that somebody had done serious damage to our combination in G-Stock Automatic, so I put all the weight I could find. I was determined to run G until I could straighten out the average. It wasn't pretty. The car didn't handle like herself at all. I lost to our champ, Joe Sorensen, in round 1. So if I hadn't gone 003 red, it might have been a different story. And in round 2, I lost to my good friend, Wayne Scheitland. So 2 one-and-dones, I made my way towards Woodburn, Oregon. That race wasn't much prettier, but at least by the time I left Woodburn, I had taken care of the G-Stock Automatic average with a 340 low compression motor, and I could go back to racing my races. So after some gracious hospitality from and fine dining with the Bushmaker family, it was time for the Northwest Nationals. And there I qualified 828 under, and that got me the 14th spot. Unfortunately, it was one and done again, as I ran out 065 under, trying to make up for a mediocre light. Sonoma was another disappointment. Though I qualified 10th at 902 under and took out fellow Mopar racer Jeff Jerome in round 1. In round 2, I went red to Paul Calvert, the eventual event winner. Being able to race Indy this year was thrilling. Not since the early 90s when I was there with George Baptiste had I returned, and being able to go there this year with Nick was really pretty special. In round 1 of class, I was able to put away Lynn Smith in his GTO, running a 1084 at 120 miles an hour. In the second round of class, even though I outperformed the backup missile, my good pal Mike Cotton laid a telepathic 001 light on me and put me in the trailer. Round 1 of the main event had me lined up with my buddy Paul Wong. Paul went red, giving me the win. In round 2, Todd Hoven caught me napping and got the advantage off the line and went around me for the win. Nick and I had a blast all week long, and we're determined to go back this year and get it done right. So Q1 went right as expected, 813 under. I had no way of knowing the Halloween Goblin would come out to get me in Q2. The NHRA without announcements, ending my 2024 racing season. Except, of course, if you count finding a drag strip in Aruba with your rental car. "2024 was a year of devastating loss for my racing family. My 2025 season will be dedicated to the memory of my dear friends, Greg and Lindsay. So let's talk briefly about my 2025 racing schedule. I'm very excited. I've planned a pretty ambitious schedule, and I'm really looking forward to trying to execute this thing. The best starts to the new year is Phil Painter's Muscle Car to the Strip in Vegas, and I try never to miss it. We'll start the national schedule in Arizona, as many of you would have expected. Then head over to Pomona, of course, for the Winter Nationals. A very special event for me. Then returning to Vegas, which I always love to do. I love racing in Vegas. In May, I will have headed up to the Pacific Northwest to play with our Division 6 friends. So I'll be in place for the Northwest Nationals up there in July. Coming back down to Sonoma. And yes, coming home to rest and get ready for the U.S. Nationals. Nikki told me we didn't do it right last year, so we got to go back and get it right. We've always wanted to return to the Motorplex, so we're going to try to do the Stampede of Speed this year. Then heading on to our Nevada Nationals, of course, and wrapping up the year in Pomona. I got some wishes, and I don't know if I'll have the energy, but I'd love to get back to Maple Grove. I raced there as a kid, and I'd love to get back there. I've also been told by many that I should try to get to the Midwest Nationals. So right now those are pipe dreams, but if I got the energy, you might see me try to sneak at least one of those in. We'll start the divisional race schedule with the race in February in Firebird, obviously. Then going back to the Strip with the double air. Going to the Pacific Northwest to do some trout fishing. Start in Firebird in Eagle, Idaho. Then go over to Acton, Montana. Winding up at Woodburn Drag Strip, where I can not only fish, but I can visit with a couple of high school classmates of mine that matriculated up there. And like I said, I'd really like to return to the Motorplex. So we're going to try that Stampede of Speed. And of course, ending up the year back in Vegas for our last Divisional 7 race. As you can tell, this is a quite ambitious schedule. I think when I looked at the mileage, it was well over 12,000 miles. So that's my plan for 2025. I'm really looking forward to seeing you all out there, having fun, creating new memories, till we meet again. Or as my good friend Tigger says, TTFN. Ta-ta for now.